Celebration, the child's birth, the first home you ever owned, or your 25th wedding anniversary. I have celebrated and have the privilege of celebrating all those things. But today I would like to celebrate my furnace. You see, over 20 years ago, I bought a teeny tiny house. And this teeny tiny house had a 1950 boiler in the basement. And this boiler took up about, I'd say, a third of my basement, and it was cast iron. So the only way to remove it was to take it apart and two men, piece by piece, carry it out. But that left me with no furnace. So we looked around. And again, I told you I had a teeny tiny house. Now, our average furnace is rather large. And when you have a teeny tiny house, you want a small furnace. So I looked around and I discovered something. It was great. I discovered that condominiums, because they are also teeny tiny, have teeny tiny furnaces. And these teeny tiny furnaces are both central air and heating, and they fit in a closet. So I was ecstatic, and I got the furnace. Fast forward 10 years. We decide we're going to make our teeny tiny house bigger. So now it's going to be a small house, and we built a floor up. The problem was, when we built the floor up, we lost a bedroom, so the stairs, we could get upstairs. And now we needed a regular furnace. Now, where to put the regular furnace? You see, I had already done the basement completely, and I had also had our main floor done. So I didn't want to lose any more space. The whole idea of building up was to gain space. I looked around, and the only place to put my furnace was in the attic. Now, the furnace guy said to me, and I knew the answer to this already, that hot air rises, and that it's logical to put a furnace in a basement. And I explained to him very clearly that I understood this, but the best place for my furnace was in the attic. And he said, you know, it will have to work twice as hard to get down to your basement. And my question to him was, is it big enough to work twice as hard to get down to my basement? And he said, yes. And I said, put it in the attic. Fast forward 3 years ago. I had people all those years saying to me, so where is your furnace? And I would tell them. And then all of a sudden, this look of, huh? It's where? Huh? Do you know that hot air rises? And I'd be going, yes. And you know, it works harder? Yes. And I'd go in this huge explanation of why it was in the attic. But 3 years ago, Superstorm Sandy came, and a huge tsunami wave, 15 feet, came up Arthur Kiln and went across 3 miles to reach Linden, where I live. And at that point, it was 3 feet high. And it filled up my basement in 20 minutes. Now, 2 days later, my husband was able to rig up the generator to my furnace in the attic, okay? And all my neighbors who had also been hit by Superstorm Sandy, they were without heat for not only several days, several weeks, and sometimes several months. We had some neighbors over, and we had them over because it was nice and warm where I was, and we even had some kids over and had a wonderful games night, which the kids even spoke about years later as a nice evening during a very difficult time. So my furnace, for me, reminded me that it was never in the wrong place. I just needed to see the larger picture. And that's why I'm celebrating my furnace, because life is about seeing the larger picture and that nothing, absolutely nothing, is ever really wrong. Thank you. sure. Okay.